Yeah, Diddy only freaked off with 4 people. And everybody else was hired while he directed his own little personal film. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all want to be stupid? Y'all want to sit there and play make believe? You can play make believe, but you cannot unhear what you heard. Y'all know what it is. Question is why y'all wanted to go? Why y'all want to pretend so bad?
Real life. If it ain't real life,
If it ain't real life, just say real life street star. You know what time it is.
Can I ask you a question, Jack?
Yeah.
When you and Katt were together back in the day, did y'all talk about this crazy stuff in this industry? Were y'all talking about this?
Yeah. He told me why they were gonna make it hard for me. I mean, like I was gonna sign to his record label. I'll never forget the night he presented me as one of his up and coming artists at the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas. I was walking away from, and he was offering me a space. And yet there were still compromises that I wasn't willing to make. That's why that didn't work out. You know, for all of the good he's tried to do, I'm sure there's a couple compromises he's had to make. Stuff that I don't think it's anybody's place for anybody to speak about. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing that trips me out. Everybody keeps trying to rewrite history. But if Cat can sit down on Shay Shay and say all the things that he said, if I can sit here on this couch and share with y'all all of the things that I've shared with y'all, if Natanya Rubin can come forward and talk about how she was powed in the face the night the Shine was there, the night that J-Lo threw the firearm out the window, like if all of the, you know, if Gene Deal can say the things that he has said, if all of the people that can come forward and say all of these things and understand this, we ain't a group of friends. We're all not a group of friends.
Right.
We're all different people whose paths have crossed throughout the years for one reason or another, who have very similar information on regarding the same kinds of people. Correct?
Correct.
Then tell me something. How am I a liar when I say everybody know about it? See, that's the problem. Everybody's still trying to pretend like they didn't know about it. Everybody's still sitting there trying to pretend like this ain't all common knowledge. Yeah, Diddy only freaked off with 4 people. And everybody else was hired while he directed his own little personal film. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all want to be stupid? Y'all want to sit there and play make believe? You can play make believe, but you cannot unhear what you heard. Y'all know what it is. Question is why y'all wanted to go? Why y'all want to pretend so bad? And why you want to attack the people and go after the people that were brave enough to say something about it, to try to help spare the few that haven't got caught up into the dragnet of hell and the devil. When I think about every person that comes up to me when I walk out into this very real world and they say, thank you, you helped me, you saved my life. Thank you for your information. I was about to take my daughters to that audition. I changed my mind, and then I heard this on the news, and I heard about this lawsuit. Man, that could have been my kid. Man, that could have been me. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for being brave enough to come forward and say something. I'm not. And nobody else should be either. You just got to ask yourself, the one thing that Katt said on Shay Shay that it seems like everybody missed, especially now, was that the biggest job of people in the Shluminati is to pretend like none of it's real, to pretend like none of it happens, to keep the secret, to make it all seem like, oh no, that's not happening, that's not happening, that's not happening. Isn't that exactly what's happening now?
So,
HSI runs up onto multiple properties, and they collected all kinds of things that never made it to that courtroom, did it? Not one mention of a firearm, not one mention, even though some of the testimony said that he carried firearm.
right.
The way Kid Cudi's car, the way that whole situation happened, I mean, it was on court document. People were sitting there talking about it, and they still trying to act like that never happened. Capricorn Clark. Like, is everybody forgetting her testimony? I'm just trying to figure it out. Oh, it was all Cassie. Cassie was the mastermind, but she was doing it all with his corporate credit card. That means it's his money. Was she the mastermind? Like, come on. And now, because all of that stuff was redacted and because all of that stuff was kept off the record, and for whatever reason, the feds didn't present a lot of stuff that would have made sure that he was gone forever, rather than just being gone to November. And it's not going to be November. See, that sentencing is coming. Maybe that's really the problem. Maybe that's why people got so much to say about whistleblowers and truth tellers. Maybe y'all need to find a way to drag us all the way down and to drag us all the way to filthy. You think that that's going to be the thing that springs the diddler from the pigeon coop he's being held in. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. After October 3rd, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be quaking in their boots. There's going to be a lot of knees knocking. Because the longer he has to stay in there, people are going to wonder, how long is it going to be before he turns into his dear old dad and just starts snitching on everybody?
Yep. To get out, boy. He gonna get out.
He's going to get out?
I'm saying if he starts snitching, they'll let
I
him out.
mean, I don't think, I mean, he would have to turn over, at this point in time, he would have to turn over a whole lot. And he's going to do some time because, unlike the
Yeah.
public, the judge knows exactly what he did. The judge has seen all of the evidence of everything that was kept out, of everything that was redacted, of everything that wasn't presented.
Right.
Like that's the reason why he's still in there. If it was such a clean sweep and if it was such a neat sweep, he would have been got bombed.
Right. That makes sense.
It's not that, yeah, but see, that's the danger of the media. That's the danger of the media. How many bot farms have been put to task to work the algorithm and to work the thumbnails and the storylines of what's really going on?
Right.
How many? I don't, it's sad. But what I'm gonna say is as far as Katt Williams is concerned, The one thing that seems to be the running theme with this tragedy that's happened to Reggie Carroll's life and his family's life is that y'all really not making it about what happened to him. Y'all really are just making it about how to destroy Katt Williams' credibility so nobody has to believe what he has to say because he's the last of the whistleblowers that y'all haven't really touched up on yet. It's just funny it's all happening around this time.
Right.
Auspicious timing. And I'm not sitting here saying that, the passing of Reggie Carroll was some kind of great conspiracy plot to set up Katt Williams so that they could, devalue him as a whistleblower or whatever the case may be. And whoop de whoop de. I'm not saying that at all. And I don't want to hear anybody even trying to remotely put those words in my mouth. What I'm saying is the one thing that I know for sure is that they will take any opportunity that they have to trash and disgrace and destroy anyone who was brave enough to tell the truth, even this man's passing. Because the truth is, they should just be talking about him. They should be, what's his best joke? Why ain't y'all telling those stories? Y'all just want to talk about what a pit bull and what a dog he was, what an animal he was, and how he had to be pulled in line because he would just go crazy on people and like stop. Y'all ain't doing that man no justice telling that story. Why are y'all telling that story? Like I never understood that. I never understood people who are the victims of heinous crimes or terrible ordeals and people want to go and find a way to dirty them up after they passed away on the low, do it low key on the light. Like, okay, he was a security guard and he knew how to protect people. That's fine. But for those of us who really didn't know him all like that, and there's a lot of people in America who never heard his name before and did not know who he was. Guess the one thing that they do know now, that he didn't know what to do with himself or his hands from time to time, and people had to help him get himself together because he would just go crazy and that he was the kind of guy that if he loved and cared about you, he would just go run up on somebody even if you weren't there and get you on the phone and let you know that he's got this person cornered and that he's willing to knock their teeth out and he's willing to do this and he's willing to do that, and you had to tell him, no, it's cool. Like, what a story to tell about somebody you called a friend who died in this mysterious way and we still don't know the evidence of it. Does that sound like a good story to tell? I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like a good story at all.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like a good story. Yeah, that's the kind of friend he was. That's the kind of person he was. He called me on the phone and he had to do right there. He told me he was gonna do this and he was gonna do that. And I had to tell him, no, Richie, chill, let him live, let him live. Like, really? That's the story of all the stories. And even if you wanted to tell people that he was that kind of committed friend to do that, you could have saved us some of the details because the truth is what you make him sound like is that he was a loose cannon waiting for somebody to come and put him down. Am I wrong?
Right.
I mean, am I the only person that's getting that
Yeah,
message?
yeah, that's man.
That's how they're making the people that so-called support him, the people that so-called care about him, the people that so-called, think this was so terrible. Y'all are sitting there making this man sound like he was looking for that on the low. Because that was what his character was. Multiple people. I've heard 15 different people say this online about how he wasn't no joke, how he would knock person out, how people had to calm him down, how he was a this and how he was a. It don't sound like y'all want him to get justice. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. If I was that prosecutor and I was listening to all of that, it might change the way I look at some of the evidence. Funny thing is, all y'all running y'all mouth the way y'all running y'all mouth, y'all might actually be doing the person that took his life a favor on the low.
Mm.
Am I wrong?
No, that's right. That's internet today.
You know how many black men I know, including my own son. The anniversary of his passing, 7 years gone on the 9th of this month. A bunch of people got together and said that my son was responsible for what happened to him. That he was this menacing character. And so the boy Caleb that took his life, even though there was no harm, there was no danger, and that boy ran back and put 8 holes in my son while he wasn't even looking. He was bending down to pick something up off the ground, and when he stood up, he put 8 holes in him. And even though it was investigated as a homicide, because of all of the nasty testimony and all of the terrible things, it made it real easy for the district attorney's office over there in Fort Worth to say that my son was responsible for his own death. I mean, it wasn't plausible. There was more than enough for them to go forward with the homicide charge. But from what I was told, from what I heard, money got passed around, made it easy for people to change their mind. You know, same thing happened to Proof from D12.
Mm-hmm.
They blamed him, you know, his character and his this and his that. And his homicide was not ruled a homicide. Like it happens to a lot of people. What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to help Trinell get off? Because if you keep running around telling stories about, you know, what a goon he was, maybe those Mississippi police officers will feel the same way.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
It's beyond crazy.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.